G'day everyone, Rach here from Rara's Realm. Welcome to this week's cross-stitching instalment. Hi to all those new subscribers from the last couple of weeks who are commenting, especially on some of the old videos. They're going back and starting at the beginning, so it's really quite cool to see. I hope you're enjoying the progress eventually when you catch up. Okay, g'day to everybody else, mustn't forget that. Hello Stitchy Group, hello Ian, who is a Stitchy Group husband. I think that's everybody covered. I'm a little bit sore today. I've not had a very good stitchy week, I have to say. The stitchy bug is packing its suitcase, I have a feeling. I haven't got as much as I should have, but anyway. I've been gardening and my body is screaming at me and I have muscles that I didn't realise I had. So, and I am nowhere near where I had wanted to be by this point. So, but our weather is about to pack up, so there's nothing more I can do about it until the next warm day or dry day. Anyway, I have two things to show, not three, and a little bit of Disney stuff which I'll do at the end, because if you're not interested you can just cut away then, that's fine. So the first thing that I will show you is Santa's Village, Country Cottage Needleworks, and I'm on part 4. And the last time I showed this to you, which was probably a while ago, I had done the roof. I've got the candy stripe at the top. I had done the roof and I had just made a start on the top of the house. Oh, where's he going? The neighbour's cat. He's busy. He's going somewhere, checking things out. Sidetrack. So I have managed to get the house finished. And this was one day of stitching. I only stitched on this for one day, but I really knuckled down and got it done. I had to stitch. I'm wondering if I've done something wrong. I'll have to look at the pattern. I have to stitch the centre piece because I never got the buttons. I think in the 12 pack that I brought there is 1 or 2 buttons. But I'm just wondering now if there should be, actually there might be French knots. There are supposed to be some French knots which I will do at the end. Ooh, that was close, nearly lost the needle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It looks a bit bare, but I think I'm supposed to add French knots. So this is my progress so far on Santa's Village. Oh, can we get it all in? Just. So I'm about halfway on this block, I would say. I've got to do the snow and the border under the house, and I think I need Mrs. Claus and a bowl full of cookies beside her and some snowflakes. So there's a couple more days to finish that block. This is now my focus piece. If you've been following along for a while, I have had a focus piece which was Orchard Valley Quilting Bee, ironically by this young lady's mother. Now that that's finished, this was the project chosen to become the next focus piece, which means that it needs to sit beside me most of the time, so that in the morning if I feel like stitching, I can stitch on this, and then in the afternoons and evenings I stitch on whatever I'm meant to stitch on. The idea is to move this along a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. And the only other thing that I did a pathetic amount of work on was Sarah Casey Unwin. So I am on page 1, which is, reflection, so halfway through there and about like that. I've got the border done, which was when I showed you last week, I believe. I have added 3 motifs, which was a lot less than I had hoped to have done. I'd hoped to get all the little bits done. There is one more small element right here. This is the start of the big basket of flowers, and there's a couple of things here that are a little bit bigger. I'd hoped to at least have got more done here before I tackled this. But as I say, I just really didn't. I didn't have a desire to stitch, but when I actually sat down and made myself stitch, I actually enjoyed it. So I don't know. I am enjoying this. This is 36 count and it's 1/2, and I'm really liking it. It's on the called for linen with the called for over dyed threads. I got it as a kit from Country Sampler last year. Okay, so there's no stitchy haul. I haven't got any stitchy orders. I've got nothing outstanding. The Jack Frost is completed, so I am brewing a 1, 2, 3 stitch order, but I'm not ready to place it yet, so I'll just, I think, wait a little bit longer. I don't know when Christmas charts start to appear, so I might hold off a little bit longer than I had planned to, in the vain hope that there are some Christmas charts that I might get, as well as, if we wait too much longer, then we're going to get into the no new starts for next year. I'll figure it out. So for the rest of this week, yesterday and today, I'm meant to be doing Nora Corbett's Pond Lily. I didn't stitch it all yesterday because I was in the garden all afternoon. So I will be resting my body today, because every time I try and do a movement, it's like, ow. So I will do some Pond Lily today. She will get moved along a little bit further. Then the ball that came out for Tuesday, Wednesday was free choice, and I have decided to give Blackbird Designs Garden Club series a bit of love. I'm on part 4 of that as well. So I'll do that for a couple of days. Then I've got the Mill Hill Kit jingle that I've showed you, I think, last week or the week before, the little snowman. So he'll get a couple more lengths of thread, because I find that one hard to stitch on with the way that the holes are on the perforated card or whatever it is. And then next weekend is Sarah Casey Udwin again, so I hope there's more to show you from that. And then we're actually, next Monday is still September, so she sneaks in another 4 days the next fortnight, because the fortnight starts in September. But then it'll go back to normal after that. So I actually wrote down, I'll show you, it's all very messy. So this is what I do in my cross-stitchy notebook. I write down the dates and the days and what I've drawn out of the hat. And I actually have got 5 more drawings this year. The 6th drawing would actually be the week that my family arrives from Australia. So I think that will be my end of year video, because I think trying to do a Flosstube video with my niece charging around, she'd probably want to be in it, and just everything that's going on, I will probably end my stitchy year on the 8th of December. Yeah, stitchy year, that's it. I am thinking, okay, hang on, let's just tidy this up nicely. That's the end of my cross-stitching stuff. I'm now going to talk Disney stuff. So if you're not interested in Disney stuff, I will not be offended if you switch off now. Okay, so in the last probably Flosstube video for the year will be around the 8th of December. What I am thinking about doing, I'm trying to put together, even though I've got absolutely nothing for it yet because I have a parcel lost in the post, a Disney pin advent calendar. I was not going to have a chocolate calendar this year because of the whole trying to lose weight thing, which is happening. You might not see it, but it is. But I think I probably will just have, if I can find an English Cadbury's advent calendar, I probably will still have it because they're just tiny little squares of chocolate. But I am putting together a Disney pin advent calendar. I do have in my boxes in the garage, and I have to find it, a blank advent calendar that's shaped like a tree, which I'm going to cover with, if I just show. Okay, so this is Simple Stories, which is a scrapbooking company. and they make a Christmas version of their normal sort of Disney inspired line. This is just the normal version. You can see there's a Mickey there, and there's other sorts of things that lend you to think Disney with this. They make a Christmas version which is coming out, I thought, in September, but we're running out of time and it's still not out yet. My intention is to cover this blank advent calendar with this Disney inspired scrapbooking paper, and then in each drawer stick some either kindly wrapped by my Stitchy Group girls pins. I've got 2 bags coming with 10 pins, which I will hand to them with some wrapping paper. See, wrapping paper there, and they can wrap them up and I won't know what they are. And I'm hoping to order from someone who does pickups at the parks. There is a line called Hot Chocolate which is due out probably November-ish, late October, November. I'm hoping to order an obscene number of boxes, so that some days I can have a couple of pins, and I might even, Stitchy girls, if you're watching this, I might even bring the completed advent calendar and all the pins to you, and you can stuff the drawers, so I don't even know which drawers have 2 pins. So all of that waffle leads me to say that I am thinking about doing a daily vlog, very short, of opening the pins each day. So if you've got this far actually and you haven't switched off, would it bother you that you are subscribed to a Flosstube channel but there might be some Disney videos? I can't decide whether to have another channel to do this or just do it on this channel, because I don't know how far I want to go with Disney stuff on vlogging. So I'm still undecided. So if you've got this far and I'm not just talking to myself, would it bother you? Would you just ignore it if you aren't interested, or would you watch it if you're interested, sort of thing? So all of that waffle is to say that there might be videos that go through into December, but they won't be cross-stitching ones. That is my thought at the moment. We'll see. The other thing that I wanted to show, I placed an order for a pickup in Tokyo Disneyland, because I was scrolling through this girl's Instagram page, and she is Disney Finds Japan, I believe is the right term. Excuse me. And I saw this and I'm like, oh, I want that. I love Frozen. Frozen's one of my favourite films. Olaf is one of my favourite characters ever. I've got loads of characters I like, but I do really like Olaf. So I thought, I really like the graphic way that that has been designed, so I thought I would order it. I'll just show you some pages. So, I mean, it's just pretty. It's just pretty, and I love the artwork. What I didn't realise, I thought it would be sort of this size, and clearly it's not. But next year I bullet journal. I've been using a Leuchtturm. I haven't got one handy this year, and there is no more room for October. And this diary, look at that, sorry, sidetracked. This actually starts, come on, turn the pages. This actually starts in September, so I could have used this now. So I'm moving into this from October, and this, the width of this is the width of a traveller's notebook, which is what I'm going to be primarily using. So while my traveller's notebook isn't big enough for this to be inside, it sits on the top of it with the band over quite nicely. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's one of the things that I ordered, and because I figured that the postage was going to be horrendous anyway, I put something else in the container, and I ordered a tin of chocolate crunch from Tokyo Disneyland, because I really wanted the tin. Basically, I collect tins, not necessarily Disney tins, any tins. Sorry about the glare. This is not really going to show up very well because of the glare. but I just really liked the tin, so I ordered that. And the other thing that I wanted to put out there, if I've got any Kiwi followers other than Sam, I don't know if there's anybody else from New Zealand that watches me. If you do, if you're collecting these Disney tiles from Countdown, if you end up with a double of Olaf, I would like to trade. If we could do that, if at all possible. I don't know how well this is going to show. This is my collection so far, because I don't actually do my normal shop at Countdown. I only get bits and bobs at Countdown. I use another supermarket for my normal shop, but because of the Disney tiles, I've been doing all my shopping at Countdown. So I've amassed quite a few, but I've got nothing from Frozen. If I tip it up too far, they're going to fall. So I've got two doubles up the very top there, a Woody and a Rapunzel, I think. So if you do get a double of Olaf and you are interested in anything that I've got doubles of, if we could do a deal, I'd be quite happy. Right, I think that is it. I've managed to waffle for 16 minutes, half of which is on Disney. I apologise if you don't like that and you did decide to stay. I did warn you. Right, I will go off, get this uploaded, and I will catch you next week for ball jangling. Time to choose new whips next week. If the stitching bug disappears, I'm still going to keep pulling balls, because something might spark. I might get something, oh, I haven't done that for a while, and it just might kick me into gear, or I might just make myself do a length of thread on everything that gets pulled. So we'll just see how we go. I'm hoping that it won't disappear. I just think there's a lot of stuff I've got to do, and it needs to be done before I can stitch. And so anyway, I'm waffling, I'm going. Have a good week. I will catch you next week. Bye for now.